Alright, hello and welcome back to another episode of me playing Minecraft here. We are in the survival story show, if you will. Make sure we are heading in the properly easterly direction. And before we get too far here, let's make sure our sound settings and everything are good. I'm going to turn mine down, as I always forget to do. Music and sounds, I want you to be about 50%. And then music, we're going to turn down. Don't have to worry about those. Weather, hopefully it doesn't rain. Animals and everything else is fine the way it is. Now, super secret settings. You click on it, and you get, as you can see in the background there, different sort of shaders, if you will. This looks like just a deep color, which I kind of like. I think that's pretty cool. Also, if you go to options and video settings, we've got our usual guys here, but they've added MIP map levels, which I'm not 100% sure what that is. There's also different filters, so what if we do 16? What does that do? Let's see. Oh, a little bit of a freeze there. Okay. I'm not seeing too much of a difference. Let's jump back in, and what if we, bam, turn it completely off? What happens then? Once again, we've got a little bit of a freeze there. Does it look like sand textures far away are a little bit off, or is that just sort of this texture-y pack? Let's go back in and test that. So if we turn it back up, now this I'm confused by. Are they coming out with their own recording and whatnot software? Because that could be kind of cool. By the way, this is the 13W38A snapshot that we are messing around with. Give it a second. There we go. Hi. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like the texture now on the sand is back. So it looks like, interestingly enough, it looks interestingly enough that that is going to be a sort of video setting to help performance. Let's see how we're doing. Getting about 70 frames, so not terrible, down to 60. As long as we're above 30, that's all that matters. And as long as my recording through Camtasia is also above 30, we will be good to go. I am going to actually probably leave that on. Let's see. And then we want you to be not small, but medium, or normal. And then we're going to leave F3 on so we can see the different biomes that we're in. And so here we've got just a savanna, a very small one. Nothing compared to that one that we found before. But let's go ahead on this way and around. Up and around, I guess. So pretty cool things. It looks like they're adding sort of shaders, and they're gonna be like variable shaders. So far it looks like it's just more of a coloring change than anything else, but I'm sort of liking this one here where it's a lot more vibrant. The colors just seem to be a lot more vibrant and rich, and there's of course a full change log. Oh, that's gonna hurt. There is a full change log available through the Mojang guys. I generally go to the Reddit to find all that stuff because it's just the most easily available. I really like that color, that cactus. That looks cool. But we will keep on keeping on this way, and hopefully we find something new here, because we only found a couple of the new sort of biomes last time, and so hopefully this time we'll be able to find maybe a jungle, which I'm told, and I've sort of heard, that jungles are a lot more rare, so they're definitely not as common as they used to be. Any temples or anything like that that we could go explore? That would be fun as well to do. Ow. Jump across the river. And we are once again in the savannah, which was indicated sort of by that. A lot of chickens in the savannah, apparently. I wonder, and I may have talked about this last time, it has been a little while since I've done this one, this series here, but I wonder if they're going to be adding in new types of animals. I think that could be pretty cool if they end up adding more biome-specific type animals. So, you know, maybe like who knows, lions, tigers, whatever. That would be, I think, a pretty darn cool thing. It looks like we're surrounded by desert, which is interesting. I think in one of the previous updates, what they were trying to do is make the biome splicing a little bit better, so making it to where things would make more sense, so you wouldn't have like a lush jungle right next to a desert, because IRL that doesn't happen particularly often. Let's see if we can jump up here and find anything of interest. Another jungle temple would be pretty darn cool, I think. That's kind of cool. It's like desert hills. Yeah, we do have desert hills right there. That's definitely a newer addition, but I like it because it's something new. It's something pretty darn cool. That's interesting looking. I wonder if that's just sort of a generation error. All that floating sand. Is that sand or sandstone? Looks like sand to me, which it should fall if we get a block update. So if I break one of these, nope, maybe not. Maybe I need to be closer. Hi. Oh well. Okay. Continuing easterly in the eastern direction, looking for darn anything cool. I don't know where in the world darn came from. I don't know what I was going with there. Any darn cool things? I don't know. I really don't know what I was going to say there. We are, looks like, about 7,000 blocks away from our original spawnish area. Of course, you don't exactly spawn at 0, but it gives you a general idea of how far we've traveled, and that is with episodes, I think, 2 and 3 going back on each other. We got some of our new flowers, our poppies. Goodbye, rose. Roses are no longer in the game. You can get a rose bush, but you can no longer just get a plain single rose, which some people are sad or disappointed about. Personally, I feel indifferent. I don't particularly care. Does not affect me. So continuing on here, like I was sort of saying, I haven't done this one in quite a while. I don't know specifically. It's been at least probably 2 weeks, maybe more. And actually, let's go explore this desert temple, and I can go into the reasoning as to why I haven't done much recording on this one here. Okay, let's jump on in here. What do we have? Not explored. Good. So we are, in fact, going the proper direction. I'm just gonna go straight down. Why not? Some people like to do a stair step and staircase or whatever, but let's live dangerously here. Okay, we got rid of that. My inventory is completely full. I'm gonna have to start abandoning things, I believe. Sounds like we have a cave nearby as well, but let's see. I guess I can take the gold. We can make golden apples with that. I'm gonna take the iron up until we get to a stack, because I don't see the point in having more than that. That's what I really wanted. So I'm just gonna have keep a stack of gold and a stack of iron, so we no longer need either of those things. We're completely full up on them. I'm gonna get rid of this and that. Don't particularly need flint. I don't think we're gonna need gravel for much of anything. Might as well get rid of some of that sandstone. Don't need a pressure plate. Keep the coal and the coal block so we can make more torches. Keep the furnaces. We got some food as well, which is going to be an important thing. I highly doubt we're going to need redstone, and it's not that uncommon that I won't be able to find it fairly quickly. Let's get rid of some of that excess dirt. I don't need multiple sets of different types of horse armor, so might as well just keep one. And let's just do 1 stack of cobble. I don't foresee needing more than that. Okay, so cleared things out a little bit here. Looked in all the chests, so let's get on out of here. That was a pretty good haul, I would say. And I think now that we've got, let's actually wait till we get out of this here. There we go. Let's get on out of here before we start crafting things. Let's go ahead and, did not mean to place you there. And I suppose I didn't mean to place that one either. Make ourselves a diamond sword, unenchanted of course. and might as well make a diamond pick. That way we can, next time we do a caving, which will probably be off camera unless I find something extra interesting or of value. Let's go ahead. Oh, no, let's use you. So I'm noticing I'm not getting the block breaking like damage animation. I'm not sure if that's a bug or with the texture things or anything like that. I'm gonna get rid of that and that because let's be honest, we're just not gonna use it. Let's go ahead and fill that up, and this will let us know we've been here, although I don't foresee trying to come back because we are just going to be traveling in the easterly direction. Are we getting close to nighttime? Sun, where are you? You are that way. And that's west because sun sets in the west, so we're not going to head that way. We're going to head over here. Oh, and you can see on... I'll go ahead and hit that. You can see down here it says shader, Minecraft shaders, post, and then it says color, convolve. Let's see what else we have in here. So you can click it. Now we've got deconversive, which is almost like a 3D. You've got upside down. We've got the dinner bone special here. So I also believe we go into F5. Oh no, we're not upside down. If you name something dinner bone, I know it will be upside down. Man, that would be just so confusing trying to play like that. Invert, kind of cool. NTSC. Whoa, that is really strange. Let's get out of F5. I've got 8 frames, 9 frames. Wow. This is really taxing on the computer as well. Okay, let's get out of that one. What else do we have here? Outline. Okay, outline. Ooh, that's kind of strange as well. Interesting. Okay, what else? We've got phosphor. What is phosphor? Whoa. So if you are making sort of entertainment videos, not necessarily just like LPs, like you could use this as like a chase scene type of a thing, or if you go into creative, you could fly with it on. That would be pretty cool. Let's sleep in this very awkward and weird thing, phosphor. Let's go back in. What else do we have? Scan Pichusen. So this is very like reminds me sort of like almost like old school GTA, like maybe 3 or 4, or San Andreas, which I think is 4. No, San Andreas. No, okay. Anyway, it's kind of a cool thing. You got like just like you're watching from like a surveillance camera that's just like panning back and forth kind of thing. That's pretty cool. What else? Sobel. That's very strange. Cool. What else? Ooh, bits. So if this game was not bitty enough for you, what is this like? It's obviously not like 8-bit. It was like 4-bit. This is crazy. I couldn't imagine playing in any of these. I mean, you couldn't play in these. You'd have to just like look at this cool screenshot capture thing that I've got going here. That's all I could imagine most of these being used for. Now desaturate's pretty cool. So if you're doing like a back in time type of thing, like again, if you're doing sort of like a role play-esque, or just making like sort of a video, like a history video or whatever, you could use something like this to say, and back in time, blah 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 happened, and you could use this instead of having to necessarily say back in time. Pretty cool. Green is, well, like 8-bit and green. Wow. That would just be really confusing. Blur. So this is basically how I see every day without my glasses on. I am really blind without my glasses, to be honest. I definitely cannot see much of anything. All right, what else we have here? Are we running out almost? Wobble. Whoa, that's like very psychedelic looking, and the actually hissing. When you click on the different texture pack, there's an associated sound with it, and this one I guess was a hiss, and I actually thought there was a real creeper. Blobs. Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of cool, actually. I don't necessarily mind this one. This is kind of a cool like texture-esque pack. Still broken breaking animation. What is that? Antillas. So again, very similar to default, slightly different. Okay, so you get blurry in the back. It looks like things in the distance are just a little bit more blurry. Cool. We've got whatever that was. Although I didn't see a change in the name. Is this less blurry in the back now, it looks like? Or is this default, possibly? Possibly. FXAA. Either work in progress or default. Looks pretty default to me. Art. Oh, wow. That is really washed out. And once again, we're getting terrible frames with it. But that's very interesting. Okay. That terrible frame rate's killing me, though. So let's get out of there. Blobs 2 looks very similar. And we're still not getting very good frames. Okay. Pencil. Pencil's kind of cool. That's very interesting. That's really cool. You could do maybe like a screenshot and then have it be a you can like color it in afterwards with different colors. That could be kind of cool. Color convolve. And I think this is the one that I like. That's just sort of the darker. So let's keep on keeping on here. Spend a little time on that. Learned a little bit about that. But we are heading in the easterly direction, and hopefully we are going to be finding some new things here. That sounded like terrible grammar to me. Hopefully we're going to be finding. Hopefully we will find some new biomes to check out. Looks like we're gonna have to make a boat, possibly. I'm kind of iffy on these now. I thought they were pretty cool at first. Now that I've sort of been playing, and I've been playing quite a bit more in the building series as opposed to this one, but I mistake them for creepers every single time I see it out of the corner of my eye. I think, oh, there's a creeper, and nope, it's just reeds. They honestly seem just a little bit too neon. Not neon, because the old ones are more neon, I guess. They appear to be a little bit too saturated, I guess. Don't you dare break my boat. Okay, so if we're gonna have just a long ocean here, I'm gonna cut out and come back. So I will see ya in a second when we found something cool. Okay, so we're back here and didn't go too far, as you can see by the coordinates from when I left off and to now when we are back, but found ourselves in a little savanna here and just ran out of ocean. I don't know if I mentioned it here or not, but in the deep ocean is all of the gravel you could ever want or need. And, oh, we need to head the proper direction here. And, I don't remember if I had talked about that, but okay. So I've been a lot more interested in the more building side of the game, and that's generally where my interest lies. I generally am not... in this game, I've never really just wandered around, looked at things, never established a base, never started building. And so for me, this sort of series here is very counterintuitive. It's not something that I'm used to doing by any stretch. And so I think that's why it's a little bit harder for me to sort of gather inspiration to want to do this one, because it just seems like, you know, not particularly interesting or productive. I think it's kind of a cool place to test different things out. Ah, we finally found a new one that we haven't found yet before. Very cool. Let's head over that way. So I've been just doing a lot of building over there. I told myself and said it on camera as well that I wanted to do more of the stuff on camera, and I wanted to do less off camera building and then come back and show, just so I could have sort of a recorded you know, account of my building, as well as how you know, my sort of thought process behind building things. So very cool. So this is the roofed forest. And this is all bad news bears in terms of Hi, I need some food. In terms of mobs and stuff, so if you spend, wow, frame rate droppage like crazy there for some reason. If you end up spending a night here and allow things to spawn in, good luck to you, because these guys, because there's no direct sunlight, they will not be despawning anywhere in here. So it's kind of like the old forest. Oh, more cows, great. Let's start by putting some of our furnaces down here. Put just a couple of them down. Oop, go away. Okay, and we'll put that in there, put half of that in there, and then we'll go ahead and kill these guys. That is one thing about this series that's a lot more intensive, is you got to be on the hunt quite a bit more than sort of in my building series, because I've got the chicken farm thing going on, the passive XP slash food gathering. Anybody else here? Anybody else who wants to sacrifice themselves for the greater cause? I think you do. I think you do. So I definitely prefer doing building stuff. That's definitely more my thing. I'm not huge into necessarily trying to do more of the adventure-esque stuff. That's just it's harder, I guess, for me to do. And I think because this game, there's not as much adventure to it. You know, sure, there are things like killing. Excuse me, had to scratch my arm there. You know, killing the dragon and the wither and stuff like that, and they've definitely made attempts by adding different structures in, things of that nature. But it's because it's just a sort of this open sandbox world, it's a lot harder to do this kind of a thing if it's not just exploring around. Like right now, it's fine because we can explore, we can find all the new biomes and play around with all the new things. But once that novelty has sort of worn off, I think it's going to be a lot more difficult to continue doing that. But I think I think my plan, and I'm not getting that the destruction animation, it's really throwing me off. But I think once we get, and I know that S was very whistly sounding, and that's going to be a pain to try to deal with. I need to work on my pronunciation a little bit, trying to prevent those noises. Although I've got a feeling it just happened again with noises. Noises. Maybe I'll try to do everything like it's a Z. Z. I think once the whole novelty of trying to find the new biomes and whatnot, I think once that wears off, I think I'll transition back into trying to find, or not trying to find, but trying to kill bosses and whatnot, the Wither and the End and stuff like that. But also in my other series, I know I've said that I wanted to do more building and whatnot on camera. That's kind of cool how we got this just random, oh, because there's a river. That is one thing, it's a little bit kind of weird. I mean, you have, so Savannah, river, Savannah, river, and it's one block separating. And I know that's something that they're trying to work on, but you can see here that this is sort of move. This is more the default Savannah color, and this is obviously more the river default color. And there's definitely a smoother transition. So we've got, looks like what, one, two, a couple different shades of that color. That's definitely helping sort of the integration between the two biomes. Let's see, east. Which way is east? We want east. This way. Let's keep on this way. Oh, is that a jungle? Could possibly be a jungle over there, which could be a cool thing. But yeah, like I was saying, I definitely haven't been documenting everything. It's weird because when I build, I don't necessarily do it with, I think it's just more covered forest. I don't, or redwood forest. I'll try this for the third time, interrupting myself. I don't build with an idea in mind necessarily, and that probably ends up more roofed forest. I think that ends up uh, doing more harm, at least on camera. Oh, son of a gun. I could use some coal though, couldn't I? This non-breaking texture, or not having a breaking thing, is very off-putting. It's a lot harder to, so the last time when I tried to do a build on camera, I think it was like a 45-minute video, and then I ended up just completely scrapping it anyway, because that's just my process. I'll build something, and I'll go, okay, whatever, for now it's fine, I can live with it. But, excuse me, are you trying to push me into the cave? That's very rude. Would you stop it? I'll do it. Look, I've got your friends right here in my hand. Don't make me do it. That's right. Turn around. Go on. Go. Back up. That's right. That's what I thought. Don't you even. It's interesting. I guess. So yeah, I would, I'll build something and then I'll go, I really don't like that after a day. And then I'll just completely tear it down or reform it and restructure it to be something completely different. And that's exactly what I did with sort of the garden area. So over there, where we currently sit, we've got the pathways done, and now off camera, I've done some resource gathering, and I've also got now 3 houses done, sort of house village style things, because I think that's going to be sort of the next step in that whole process is integrating housing and whatnot into sort of the little village that is going on there. And looks like we're gonna have some extreme hills coming up here. Very cool. I love the new snow. And actually over in the building series as well, we've got a snow-covered mountain. Pretty darn cool as well. Let's make sure we don't hurt ourselves too badly. So I think mods, sort of like a Hexit style mod, would be really really beneficial to a series like this. But at the same time, I tried to play it, and there's just so much stuff, and I don't have the sort of time and energy and resources to spend trying to figure all the different things out. So, the other LP or people that I watch on YouTube, they will have their audience basically say, hey, check this out, try this, make that. And obviously with no audience that I've got here now, I don't have anybody to tell me that, or hey, this is the recipe for this, or whatever, because I've seen a lot of people who do live streams of it, and they get a lot of their ideas and stuff from the live stream. And obviously I don't have anybody to live stream to, but I guess that's sort of the state of things. Probably end up doing 1 or 2 more episodes where we just sort of wander around and look for things. We are getting close to that 10,000 block from spawn mark on the X from traveling in this easterly direction here. Looks like we don't have much of anything new here. Ho ho, big drop off. Okay, drop down here. Drop down there, down here. Okay, we're fine. We'll make it just fine. Oop, ouch. A little bit of pain there. Still really like that new falling animation. Hello, I just ate. Thank you. Now what do we have? Planes, just regular old planes. Now it's interesting because I think horses now are a lot more rare, at least it seems like it, or maybe it's just the fact that the plains biome is a lot more rare. I have yet to find a horse in this this here seed. I know they do exist, and there are other people who have found them, because that actually was a bit of a concern from quite a few people from once this update, or once the 1.7 snapshot stuff started coming out. A lot of people were afraid that horses were just gone. Nobody could find one. And I have yet to find one, and I know I've gone through quite a few different planes now, so I don't think it would be beneficial for me to get one, so I'll probably end up ditching that horse armor next time we find something cool, because I just do so much ocean travel in this world, where we're doing cuts and whatnot away to try to find more things. But I think we're getting a little long in the tooth here. We're about the half-hour mark, and so that means And by the time of day, if I want to get this at least rendering before I have to go to class, I'd like to get that done. And I've got about an hour before I need to leave for class. So I'm going to get over here, and a birch forest now, possibly. Possibly looks like a birch forest, which is cool. I definitely like that. But here we are in the plains. We are just about 10,000 blocks away. Let's just do that, get to 10,000. Here's some rose bushes that I was talking about earlier. High rose bushes. And then, of course, you can use those to make rose red still. So that hasn't changed. And we have hit the 10,000 block mark. So let's see what we can see over yonder. Looks like more extreme hills, and we are in a forest, or flower forest. Interesting. So a lot more flowers are common here. That'll make dyeing things a lot easier, which I think I've said before. Let's actually just get up to the top of this little hill here, and see what we can see coming up here. Oh, okay, there we go. So it looks like possibly more ocean over there, maybe some more extreme hills. So I'm going to call this an episode here, as we have a little bit of a final snack. And so yeah, until oh, that's cool. You see that this hill right here will disappear when I'm looking directly at it, but then it reappears as I look sideways. Is that a field of view thing? No, because field of view is normal. And they still have Quake Pro. I think people were complaining that Quake Pro was almost gone, but I don't see that. Anyway, I think this is all the same in here. Nothing's really changed there. Sensitivity. So anyway, yes, I am going to cut out here, and so until next time. Oh, cool lava flow. Just noticed that. Until next time, I'll see you next time.